So what's the status of the current real estate market? And why is Allison here instead of Nicole?
Coming up next on Real Estate Dirt.
Okay, so today we have a special guest. We have Allison Rimbo. Our listing specialist, because here at Team Tudisco, everybody pretty much does one job and does it brilliantly. So we're going to talk about the current state of the market.
All right, I'm ready.
So I'm going to fire off some questions to Allison, and Allison's going to give us her opinion of what the answers to those questions will be. And we're all going to try not to have the giggles while doing it.
All right.
All right, so what about home prices?
So home prices right now are holding steady. We're not seeing a really, they're not continuing to go up how they were a couple years ago or even last year. We are seeing them kind of just hold steady at this point.
All right, cool. So, I know this is not on our little form here, so, we'll get to it.
I can answer things that aren't on the form. It's all right.
So that to me says that there's probably not enough inventory to go around still.
Correct. Yeah, there is not a lot of sellers out there. So once the interest rates jumped up a little bit, we saw sellers kind of hang tight to their houses again.
So, but when interest rates jumped up, did they go up to sky high, like historic highs, or like where are interest rates right now comparatively to historic rates?
So I would say we are in a normal market right now, but they probably feel like they're sky high, but they're not. So I would say, 5% is a really good normal market. We've seen them go how high? I mean, back in the...
So when Nicole and I bought our first house, our first interest rate was 7.25%.
Yep.
And that's considered sky high right now.
Right. So it's all relative.
All right. So what is the feedback that you are currently receiving from the buyers that are touring your listings?
So what we're seeing with buyers right now is they are not as willing to pay more and get less. That's kind of where they're at right
Really?
now. Yeah. So, before we were kind of seeing that, right? People are willing to go $20,000, $30,000 over asking. They're no longer willing to do that. So what we're seeing is buyers have a little bit more leeway. They're able to ask for things to be fixed during inspection. They're able to ask for a buyer credit sometimes, or even to get their interest rate paid down.
How about a second showing before they actually write an offer?
Imagine that. The biggest investment of their life, and they're allowed to come back and see it a second time in most cases. It's not gone before they get a chance to see it a second time.
Over the last couple of years, we had people buying homes. They were so desperate to get an offer in before the home was sold because everything had multiple offers. They were buying property sight unseen.
Yeah, it was crazy.
All right. What's going on with expireds?
So we are starting to see expireds back in the market again, which was an absolute zero.
Unheard of. A year ago.
Yes. So we are starting to see them pop back in, and they're the ones that are still thinking we're in the market from a year and a half ago or so. They are way overpricing their home and thinking that they can still get it, and that is no longer the case. So they are expiring without being sold.
So anybody that a year ago or thought that, oh, you know what, I'm going to put my house on the market for $50,000 or $100,000 more than it's worth, the days of getting those prices are over.
That's over.
So do you expect a market crash, Allison?
I am not expecting a market crash. I know people have kind of been talking about that, or the Great Recession coming back. We are not seeing it. We're actually starting to feel the spring market pop. There's been a lot of movement in the market lately. So I personally, in our sales, are not seeing it.
That's good though, right?
Yeah, that's great. We'll take it.
Lack of inventory and a strong jobs market. I guess I don't think we're going to have a market crash either. So you just said that the spring market, we're actually in it, even though technically it's not spring yet. So, and things are starting to heat up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So we're starting to get the calls. We're starting to have the buyers out looking. People are, getting their homes ready and wanting to be on the market in March and April. We're getting a lot of those kind of calls. And believe it or not, we're actually having to tell people like, hey, you can't leave the giant hole in your wall anymore. You actually have to fix that. Somebody's not going to pay you an extra 10 grand for it. So we are starting to have some of that going on with our walkthroughs for our listings and getting people ready to get on the market.
Allison, this one we've done is better.
This is better, right?
This is way better than the one that you guys didn't get to see. This one worked out really well, having a little bit more organization. I mean, I don't know about you, but I have hope for the future.
Well, that was on you. You have to set proper expectations.
So if you have any questions or need any additional help related to your real estate transaction, please feel free to call us at Team Tudisco or check us out at teamtudisco.com, and you can see bios and all the different things about us. And maybe you can even reach out to Allison if you want to list your home.
Absolutely. I'm your girl for that.
Thanks everybody for watching. Peace. I'm going to say, what's happening with the current real estate market and why is Allison here? And then you're going to say, coming up next on Real Estate Dirt.
I got to say that?
Yeah.
All you have to do is when I'm done, say, coming up next on Real Estate Dirt.
And look at the camera. Tell her where the camera is.
There's the camera right
There's
there.
the camera. Okay. I'm saying coming up next.
On Real Estate Dirt.
Oh, all right. What am
We're
I
gonna
saying
wo-
again? Oh, this is so great.
She looks great.
So what's the current status of the real estate market and why is Allison here instead of Nicole?
Coming up next on Real Estate Dirt. It's going to be great.
That was so bad. So what's going on with the real estate market and why is Allison here?
Coming up next on Real Estate Dirt. I'm on the Channel 7 News.
Stretching.
I still say you brought this on yourself.
Okay.
You invited me.
Okay. So what's the status of the real estate market currently and why is Allison here?
Coming up next on Real Estate Dirt.
We're just, you know what? We're just going to have to roll
Maybe
with...
we'll come back to it.
No. No, we're not going to come back
okay,
to it.
we're not going to come back to it.
No.